Everybody, welcome once again to Lightning TV, brought to you of course in association with mjdphoto.biz. Another busy weekend for Milton Keynes Lightning, but this weekend just a little bit the other way around, with an away game on Saturday night followed by the home game on the Sunday evening up at the Skydome in Coventry. Now on Saturday night the guys travelled up to Sheffield and came away on the back end of a 3-0 defeat. Very disappointing loss there. Could they turn it around and grab the points on Sunday night against a Basingstoke team flying high in the league? Let's go and find out. So your visitors this evening to the Skydome here on a Sunday night at Coventry, of course, our Basingstoke Bison. Number 7, Kurt Reynolds. 9 is Andrew Mascherano. 11 is Zach Sullivan. 14, Cameron Wynn. 15, Joe Baird. 18, Miroslav Vantrova. 19 is Joe Miller. 23, Tim Burrows. 27, Nick Chin. 28, Doug Shepherd. 35, Connor Standing. 44, Thomas Karpoff. 45 is Dean Skins. 57 is Danny Inglesby. 63, Aaron Connolly. 81, Carl Graham. 86, Joe Rand. 94, Stuart Mogg. And number 97 is Joe Greener. That's the Basingstoke Bison. And lining up for Milton Keynes Lightning this evening. Number 1 is Jordan Henley. 5, Ben Russell. 8 is Blaz Emisic. 9, Grant McPherson. 10 is Connor Good. 12 is Yanni Jokela. 14 is Jordan Cowney. 17 is Stanislav Lacek. 18, Adam Carr. 19, Lee Jameson. 21, Ross Green. 23, Tom Carlon. 55 is Michael Farn. Ross Bowers swears 61. 66, Lewis Christie. 78 is Lucas Zalapek. And 93 is Stephen Wall. Your officials for this evening, your linesmen are Matthew Carrington and Jason Earl, and your referees are Roman Shooks and Matt Thompson.
On Bison 27, Mitchell receives 2 minutes for hooking, timed at 30.07. That's Bison 27, 2 minutes hooking at 30.07.
So a great 4-3 win, 2 points in the bag for the weekend, which is not too bad a return at the end of the day. Now, after the game on Sunday night, I caught up with lighting assistant coach Lewis Clifford to get his thoughts. 4-3 win tonight, 2 points in the bag. I suppose after last night, we go through the season. Sometimes we say an ugly win is a win. Not going to come much uglier, is it?
I don't know. I don't know how ugly it was really. I think we just stayed focused. Like there was times when we probably could have thrown the towel in, especially at the end of the second period there. But we just went in the room. We addressed what the issues were, and we were confident if we got one, we'd get another one. And that's what we did. Now, like last night, we weren't good enough, so we knew we had something to prove tonight. The guys came out and really sort of showed what they had tonight to make amends for yesterday, and I think we deserved the win over the balanced play over 60 minutes. I mean, I guess Basingstoke are feeling a bit hard done by, but I think we were the better team tonight and we deserved the win.
I think it was billed tonight as two teams that effectively lost last night, and I'm not going to dwell on last night's result. It happens. You just move on and get on with it. So both teams pretty much desperate for the points tonight. Would you agree with that?
Every team's desperate for points every Saturday and every Sunday in this league. When any team can beat anyone, it makes no sense for us to lose to Sheffield on a Saturday and then beat Basingstoke on a Sunday. But that's the way it happens, and in this league especially, everyone takes points from everybody else. So sometimes it is the team that's the most desperate that ends up, winning trophies and winning the big games, and when their backs are against the wall and things like that.
Yeah, going back to the game now, I mean, second period, it did look a bit untidy in time, hence the terminology, the ugly win. But right in what you say, that once again, the guys have sort of stuck at it, and just there seems to be this real resistance there this season. Yes, it can be frustrating that sometimes we have to come from behind to do that kind of thing. But imagine what's going to happen when we sort of play a game as a full 60 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, we've come back from deficits in nearly enough every game we've won this year. I can't remember one where we've taken the lead and then and kept it all the way through the game. Maybe Telford away, but I might even be wrong about that. And we know that we've got that in our locker, but we can't rely on that. And I think we actually made a better start tonight than we have done in previous games, especially like last week against Slough and a few other games when we've just come out and just not been ready to play. Now, a lot of that is to do with obviously a lack of training ice and stuff like that, but we can't use that as an excuse. We don't have an excuse culture in our team. We have to just play with the hand we're dealt and get on with it. But a lack of training time and the gap between training and games is bigger than we'd like. But we know we've got firepower, more so this year than for the last few years, and we've proved it time after time that goal down, 2 goals down, we're still in the game. Obviously we don't want that ever to get that deficit too big, and it would be nice not to have a deficit at all, but at the moment it's going well for us, and we're mainly on the whole being able to come back from rubbish scorelines and stuff like that. But we really have to stop going behind in the first place, to be honest with you.
I was going to say that earlier. Actually, I know you hate to make these excuses about you don't like to make these the big thing about lack of ice time. But I was thinking that last night. I didn't go to the game in Sheffield, but I'm thinking, hang on, you guys are used to training on a Tuesday and a Thursday, and now you're thinking actually you're training on a Wednesday night here in Coventry. It's a late night session, so the first period on a Saturday night, be it home or away, effectively is your Thursday night session, isn't it? It's the stretching.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's not so much. The training aspect is in like the plays and the power plays and the breakouts and things like that, because it doesn't really matter what day of the week you practice them on. The problem is the little things like the timing, the touch on the puck, the feel for the puck, feeling comfortable in your kit, feeling comfortable in the ice, and that's the thing I think some of the guys are struggling with a little bit. But it's kind of everyone's done it before. Juniors, train on a Tuesday night, don't play again till the weekend. So it's no excuse, but it's not ideal. I guess is the best way to describe it.
But looking at the rest of the league as well, going through where we've seen so far, I mean, nobody's really running away with it so far. Everybody throughout the league seems to have win one, lose one weekends, or lose one, win one weekends. And we're coming up to Christmas now. We're not that far away from Christmas. No one's out there in front, and that's the way it's been the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, it has, and a team that will end up winning it will be a team that ends up stringing sort of 5s and 6s together rather than sort of 1s and 2s here and there, and a couple of runs of 6s, 5s and 6s throughout the season will jump you up a big way in the league. The league table kind of looks as you'd expect it, I suppose is the best way to say. We don't feel that we're out of the hunt. We believe that, you know, if we keep winning games, tighten up in certain areas, you know, for example like the game last night, and come ready to play every night, we're a match for anyone in this league, and you know, we're not scared of anybody.
That's the big thing. It's keeping the guys fresh and fit, and you know, keeping the injuries away. So far, you know, where are we? A few months into the season now, we've seen some outstanding performances right the way across this squad. You know, Blas Emersic playing as well as ever. I thought he had another good game tonight. Okay, you know, at times he was drifting in and out, but that was purely because he was marked. Michael Farn once again, you know, racks the points on the board. There's no stopping the guy, and Yanni as well. You know, another good game, and people are starting to target Yanni. We know that, and you know, he's got to be careful. Obviously, he doesn't retaliate as well. A couple of times tonight, he ducked out of some checks. It looks absolutely fabulous. I mean, the video with slow-mos of those are going to be absolutely brilliant. The guy's got eyes in the back of his head right now, and to be fair, against certain teams in the league, he probably needs them.
Yeah, I agree. You know, obviously we saw glimpses last year of Yanni. He'd come in, you know, later on in the season. He hadn't played for a long time. This year he's come back ready to play. You know, he's had the same time off as everybody else. He's come back, and he's really keen. Like he's really got it, like got a bit between his teeth, and he wants to produce on the ice for us. And you know, on his day when he's got the puck and his stick, there's no one better in the league. You know, he's. Well, you know, we call him the magician, and there's a reason for that. He's got absolutely magic hands. What the temptation is, though, is that when our opponents start watching him, which does happen from time to time, is that our guys start watching him as well and don't make themselves available for the passes and things like that.
That can be a bit of a frustration sometimes. I know that, you know, some people have been chanting every now and again in games previous where we may be shouting, you know, pass the puck, but in reality, there's nothing to pass the puck to. He's got to keep possession.
Well, there is that, but also he's a very, very intelligent player, and he won't pass the puck if there's not a pass there to be made. And he's happy to hang on to it until something becomes available, and he's got the ability that he can do that. You know, there's no point chucking a blind pass or a hopeful pass. He's got the ability, you know, 9 times out of 10 that he can hang on to the puck until that situation does come up. So there's no point rushing it. You know, he's a very patient player.
So going back to the weekend, 2 points in the weekend. Okay, maybe it's a bit of a disappointment. I don't know, but you'd have taken out the start of the weekend. But you know, having to face Bison and Sheffield away. Next weekend's a toughie. It's a Bracknell double header. They want points. They're going to be quite dangerous, aren't they?
Yeah. Like I said right at the start of the interview, every game's dangerous. It doesn't really matter who you're playing. It a lot largely depends on yourself. If we come ready to play next weekend, I'm confident. You know, if we come, you know, not 100%, you know, take a while to get going, sometime that's going to catch up with us and we're not going to be able to get back in the game. So we've just got to make sure we come to Bracknell on Saturday, the right mindset, ready to go straight off the hop, and then same again on Sunday. But we'll deal with Saturday first, and then we'll deal with Sunday after Saturday's done and dusted.
Well, brilliant. Well, Lewis, thanks for coming up and speaking to us. You sent all the fans here tonight going home from Coventry down the M1. Some very, very happy people, I do know that. And well, rest up for a couple of days, back into it, and back into it again next weekend. Thanks very much.
Yep. Cheers, Chris. Thanks.
Once again, many thanks to Lewis Clifford for coming up and having a chat to us after the game. Now let's go and have a look at the rest of the weekend's results all around the league and see what that does to Sunday night's league table. So once again, it was a full programme of games this weekend in the English Premier League. Now, as well as that lightning defeat at Sheffield, Bracknell took the points away from Basingstoke after a penalty shootout, Bees winning that one 4-3. Slough pushed Manchester all the way to overtime at the Hangar but couldn't quite get the game-winning goal as Phineas went back up to Altrincham with the overtime win and, more importantly, 2 points, whilst Guildford beat Swindon 5-2 at the Link Centre. Elsewhere, Telford were beaten 6-3 by Peterborough up in Shropshire. On to Sunday then, the Lightning fans will be happy with the points after that comeback to win 4-3 versus Basingstoke, but you can't help feel that Bison will feel a little hard done by after only grabbing a point from the weekend. Bracknell secured their first maximum points weekend of the season as they beat Telford 5-3 at the Hive, and Guildford beat Swindon at home 6-3. Manchester beat Sheffield at home 6-4, and a special mention there must go to Steeldor's coach Andre Pyatt, who agreed to wear a specially made Children in Need Manchester Phoenix warm-up shirt as a result of losing a bet the previous week with Manchester's Tambo. Now, who said Andre Pyatt didn't have a sense of humour? Elsewhere, on Sunday, Slough made up for their Saturday night disappointment as they ran out 5-3 winners at Bretton against Peterborough. Onto the league table on a Sunday night, and it's not much change from the previous week, but it's still very tight all the way through. Manchester and Guildford lead the way, with Basingstoke close behind. Lightning still have those games in hand, and it's Slough, Sheffield and Swindon all within a point of one another. Following up, it's Peterborough and Bracknell, and of course it's Telford at the bottom. Still a long way to go, and changes will be made. Now, it may not have escaped your notice that over the Christmas period, Milton Keynes Lightning will be wearing unique Christmas shirts. The home shirts will be worn for 3 games over the Christmas period. The away shirts will be worn for the 2 away games, of course. Now, they went up for sponsorship just this last Monday at 9:30, and we're pleased to say by Tuesday at 9:30, less than 24 hours later, they were all gone. There was no more available. There'll be no replicas as well. So on behalf of the Supporters Club and Milton Keynes Lightning, I want to say thank you very much to the fans that reacted so quickly to sponsor those shirts. You really will. If you've got one of those shirts, you really are going to have a unique piece of Lightning history. Don't forget, of course, next Friday, the 22nd of November, it's the Milton Keynes Lightning Golf Day. It's Nick Paul's Rest of the World team against Vito Raus's Europe side. Names are coming in thick and fast to playing that. There's ex-Lightning players, there's current Lightning players, sponsors, fans alike. Now, if you can get the day off and you haven't got your name down yet, that's dead easy. All you need to do is email Dave at b2promodesign.com. That's Dave at b2promodesign.com. You can, of course, go and see Dave on the Supporters Club stand on match nights. And if you're going to go down there anyway, go and have a look at the brand new lots of merchandise that they've got down the stand. Obviously winter's drawing in now, the nights are getting colder, they've now got woolly hats, scarves and everything else. And don't forget, Christmas is just around the corner. It might be an ideal time to pick up those little bargains come Christmas. Now let's go and have a look at some of the messages you've been sending in this week. So, on to your tweets and messages over the last few days. And Andrew Matthews says, our guys dug deep and snatched a win from Bison on Sunday. 3 power play goals. Milton Keynes official, you're spoiling us. They certainly are, Andrew. That was some comeback on Sunday night. Chopper on the Milton Keynes Ice Hockey Forums said, despite conceding 3 goals on Sunday, I thought Jordan Headley was outstanding. What a fantastic future prospect he's going to be. He fully deserves to be called up for the GB Under-20 squad. Also, I can't wait to see Farney's great goal again on the highlights package. He's absolutely on fire this season. Well, first of all, Jordan Headley, without a shadow of a doubt, deserves his GB call-up. He's one of the best up-and-coming netminers in the country, certainly from my opinion as well. And hopefully you enjoyed Farney's great goal in the highlights just a couple of minutes ago, Chopper. Many thanks for your message. Colin Piggott, the belief of the squad is absolutely unbelievable. Never know when they're beaten. Proud to be a supporter of MKL. Well, you, Colin, and so many others at the moment. You're dead right. The belief in the dressing room is that they can come back and they can deal with pretty much everything. Having said that, though, as Lewis Clifford said in the interview, and Adam Carr said last week in his interview, they can't afford to keep going a few goals behind, because there's going to come an evening when they can't quite plug it back. But certainly the belief at the moment is absolutely unbelievable, and the supporters for Milton Keynes Lightning this season have been absolutely superb. SD Matthews again on the Lightning on the Milton Keynes Ice Hockey Forum. Fantastic edge of the seat game on Sunday. Thought Skin's reaction to Yanni's goal off his pads was absolutely brilliant. And Farn's slap shot, well, no one saw that coming, least of all Skins in the Bison net. I don't think he did actually. He was fairly rooted to the spot, as you would have seen on the highlights. And last of all, Will, gritty performance Sunday to come from behind. Absolutely cracking goal from Farney, and only Yanni knows how he squeezed the winner in. I'm not entirely sure, if you asked Yanni, if he actually knew who he did, but it went in. It all counted anyway, and a 4-3 win it was. Many thanks once again for your messages this week. Don't forget, every single week to keep those messages coming in. We are working on getting a prize for a random message each week, or the best message each week, so keep them coming in. All you need to do is follow us on Twitter. It's at Lightning TV, or you can go on to the Milton Keynes Ice Hockey Forums and leave us a message on there. Well, that's pretty much all we've got time for this week. Many thanks for watching the show. Don't forget, it's another busy weekend this weekend, of course. Bracknell are the visitors to the Skydome on Sunday night against a Sunday home game up at the Skydome in Coventry. 5:15 face-off once again, as they always are. It's family-friendly times on a Sunday. Doors open at 4:15, and don't forget, that's Bracknell Breeze. Face-off 5:15. Also, you need to remember the next Wednesday is our first midweek home game of the season up at the Coventry Skydome. Face-off is 7:45. The doors will open at 6:45, of course, And the visitors then are Telford Tigers. That's going to be an absolutely cracking game. Now, if you ever want to get information about how you can travel on the coach from Milton Keynes to Coventry, that's dead easy. All you need to do is send an email to travel@mk-lightning.com. That's travel@mk-lightning.com. You can, of course, just go to the Supporters Club stand on match nights. They'll give you all the information you need. Now, if you want to follow us, of course, it's Lightning TV on Twitter. That's Lightning TV. We're always looking for your messages as we come through the week, and as we always do, we'll try and read those out as well. It's going to be a bumper edition next week. 2 games for you, the Bracknell game and the Telford game as well. If you're up there this weekend, we'll see you there. If not, take care.